Point to point. But the reason it looks a darn small is it's only 218 feet from that star to that star. If you were to take the Statue of Liberty in New York off of her pedestal, she would be 151 feet tall. Yeah, she would easily fit inside this dome. That's how big it is. Okay, now the floor we're standing on is called a terrazzo floor. It's all marble. It was installed here throughout the entire first floor of the building back in 1936 as part of our Texas Centennial celebration. All the marble that you see here was quarried somewhere in Texas. Well, that's not quite right. Don't you know there's an exception to darn near every rule in life? The white-tipped wings over there, the Mexican seal, the eagle with the serpent in its mouth on the far side, the white-tipped wings actually come from Georgia. So whenever I have people on the field from Georgia, I always thank them for what they did for us. We do appreciate it. Now, the other thing you can't help but notice on the floor, there are 6 seals around the floor. I know you've heard the expression 6 flags over Texas. That's where it comes from. These are the 6 nations that governed all or parts of Texas during their history. Prior to that, the indigenous people of the Indians lived here for at least 12,000 years that we know of. Now, the first Europeans to arrive was over there, Spain. Spain got here in 1519. They controlled all of present-day Texas and a whole lot more than that at the time. And then in 1685, the French show up. Now, what's interesting about the French is they were on a boat. LaSalle and his crew were on a boat, and they were searching for the mouth of the Mississippi River. Would you believe? They only missed it by that much. They ended up in the Texas Gulf Coast of a place called Matagorda Bay. It never worked for them. They were here and gone in 5 years. They had disease, Indian attacks, horrible supply problems. Ultimately, it ends up in a mutiny. And when the mutiny is over, the people that were left, they just left. And they never made another serious attempt to come back again. And then in 1821, Mexico, the eagle with the serpent in its mouth, got its independence from Spain. Now, for the first few years, they're working on a constitution because they are trying to form their own republic. Their constitution, the very template for it, was the American Constitution. Remember when I said you moved here in the 1820s, you're now a Mexican citizen? Virtually all of those people were from the United States. They already knew what a republic was all about because they'd already lived in one. Hey, they're fine with that. And so initially everybody's pretty happy. But then in 1833, Santa Anna comes to power. He's an outright dictator. He wants all that power around him. So he abolishes that constitution. Oh, this does not go down well with the Texans. The next thing you know, we're in a full-blown war with Mexico. And after the Battle of San Jacinto is over, the Republic of Texas is born. It's its own country. They've got their own currency. We stand on their own two feet as a country. Rather wobbly at times. But they made it for almost 10 years. And then they get annexed into the United States. Sam Houston was delighted with that because that's what Sam wanted all along. He wanted Texas to become part of the United States. So naturally, everybody's pretty happy with that. But then, as I mentioned before, the Civil War. The winds start blowing across the landscape. Texas ends up seceding and joining the Confederate States, represented by that white rider on the gray seal. And then they go off and fight the Civil War. So when the Civil War is over in about 5 years, Texas is on the losing side. It takes Texas another 5 years, 1870, to get back into the Union where we are today. One other thing I'd like to point out, you'll notice all these portraits around here. Believe it or not, they go all the way up to the 4th floor. Now, you can't see them from here, but they're up there. Now, who are these people? Well, these are former governors and even past presidents of the Republic of Texas. Now, we do something kind of interesting, but on the odd side here in Texas. Our current governor, Greg Abbott, is not on the wall. His picture doesn't go on the wall until he leaves office. Once he leaves office, his picture goes right there, right where Governor Perry is. Governor Perry moves over to Governor Bush is. Governor Bush moves over to Governor Ann Richardson. Governor Ann moves to see what we're up to here. We're going all the way around until we get to Pappy O'Daniel. And then Pappy goes upstairs. Now you see it coming? We're going to do that again. We're going to do it 3 times. Heck, while we're at it, we'll do it 4 times. Now, I've already checked. There are 6 empty panels up there on the 4th floor. So there's room for more governors. Couple that with the fact that in the state of Texas, we have no term limits on any state office. Therefore, they can run and get elected as many times as the people want to put them in office. So we don't know that we're going to fill all those up. Somebody asked me a few months ago, well, what would you do if you do fill them all up? My answer is really simple. I don't know, and I don't care. Because I'm not going to be here when that happens. Okay? It's somebody else's issue. I'm going to deal with it. No, I'm not sure. So I'm surprised I'm